I do not let my boyfriend play sexy video games, and that is my decision. It's up to me. So if he wants to play Street Fighter 2, no Chun-Li. If he chooses Chun-Li, the game is over. And it's not because he's cheating on me. It's because it's sexual exploitation. And he just doesn't understand that. There's a lot of controversy about there being no more beautiful women in video games, because men expect video games to be sexy. But this is progress. Video games, comic books, comic book movies, they're on the leading edge. Because they're showing us that beautiful women are now obsolete. Now, men can't understand this. But ladies, let me ask you, if you pay someone a bribe, are you helping them or are you hurting them? Well, getting paid a bribe seems pretty good because you get money. But why were you paid the bribe? You were getting paid to make the wrong decision. You were getting paid to do the wrong thing. When we use sexy, beautiful images of women to promote products, it's like we're bribing men to make the wrong decision. They wouldn't have bought this thing if it didn't have a beautiful woman on the cover. Some people say, we can't blame men for this. They can't really think for themselves. And those people are called feminists. But even if you are not a feminist, you have to see that using beautiful women is a kind of bribery. Having beautiful women in video games is a corruption of men and men's sensibilities. But there's good news. Video games have become more addictive, so we don't need to rely on beautiful women to sell video games anymore. We don't need to rely on sex to make the gameplay more appealing. We don't need to use beautiful women because video games have become more addictive. The difference between one brand of beer and another is such bullshit that men will choose one brand of beer just because of a beautiful woman on the packaging. And this isn't just packaged products. This also is relevant to bars and bar culture. Men will make the decision to get more drunk, to spend more money on alcohol if they're surrounded by beautiful women. If there's a pretty waitress, you know they're going to spend more money and get more drunk. But by contrast, crack cocaine is so addictive, it doesn't matter how beautiful the person is who's selling it to the man. Crack cocaine is so addictive that people will buy it from the ugliest, most terrifying drug dealer. You never hear about drug dealers needing to pay sexy fashion models for the front of their plastic baggies. And they don't have beautiful women advertising the crack house, or beautiful women in low-cut tank tops serving crack to the crackheads. But think about it. If beer became as addictive as crack cocaine, beer companies wouldn't need to rely on beautiful women to sell their beer anymore. And so, I hope you can understand why beautiful women are now obsolete. Thanks to technological progress, we don't need sexy women in video games anymore.
Do feminism with Melissa.
No! I should be the one singing this.
If I'm being honest to you, bro, I could imagine no life better than one of like Genghis Khan, just pillaging villages and stuff and taking all their women and literally having thousands of babies. You have inside of you the DNA of a man in your bloodline who smiled as he ripped apart another man and then raped his wife. In the modern day, we don't talk about this at all.
Wait, I've gotta have rape, because I've gotta have rape, I've gotta have rape, baby. I know you're asking me to go, saying that I don't really know what the police will do, baby. rape, rape, rape. I've gotta have rape, rape, rape. Because I've gotta have rape, rape, rape. I've gotta have rape, rape, rape.
By the way, when you ask, hey, you wouldn't want your daughter to do this, why didn't you ask whether or not I would want my son to do it? Because sex work is not limited to women. Somebody else said, well, would you want your wife to do this? My wife did do this. And so, yeah, for those people who are, oh, Matt knows sex workers? Yeah, I know lots of them. Yes, I'm dating someone who's an escort. Yes, I've had intimate relations with other people who are sex workers. You can clutch your pearls and go post your videos about how awful I am, and I will continue to enjoy my life with other responsible people.
Well, I guess it would be nice if I could take your money. Oh no, not everybody has got money like you. But I gotta think twice before I let you pay to play. I sell what others give away.
And you think that's cruel?
It's an illusion of true emotion. Even hint of violence still in store. Your need to be loved is only made worse when you pretend that I'm your girlfriend, but really I'm a whore. But I've gotta have simps, simps, simps. I've gotta have simps, simps, simps. I've gotta have tricks, tricks, tricks. I've gotta turn tricks, tricks, tricks.
Amen, sir. And you know, I'd like to add to that, how do you even get there from a secular worldview? Right? Because I understand how Christians get there because they think sex is evil and terrible and bad. But if you take that away, then how is sex work shameful in any way? Why would that be any different than working at Burger King? We've just got to be better than that. You know, we have to go back to first principles and ask, okay, if this is immoral, why?
Yeah.
You know, give me a good argument.
Yes. Ed.
I'm waiting to hear it.
Me too.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from the hit TV show Bones, Emily Deschanel, and author of the best-selling book Skinny Bitch, Rory Friedman.
40 years old, 40 years old, 50 years old, 50 years old, 60 years old, 60 years old, 80 years old, 80 years old, 40 years old, 40 years old, 50 years old, 50 years old, 60 years old, 60 years old, 80 years old, 80 years old.
Boy, your love's so good, I don't wanna let go. Although I should, I can't leave you alone. You're the leader of this army, and I'm caught up in a vegan war. I cannot win, and oh,
I do the things you want me to, the way I used to do. Would you love me, baby, or leave me feeling used? Would you go and break my heart?
Peter Singer got the best of me, but I just keep on coming back incessantly.
Oh, why
Did you have to run your game on me? I should have known right from the start.
you'd go and break my heart? 50 years old, 50 years old, 60 years old, 60 years old, 80 years old, 80 years old, 40 years old, 40 years old, 50 years old, 50 years old, 60 years old, 60 years old, 80 years old, 80 years old.
it's a shame to be so euphoric and weak for this ugly geek. And you tell me the things that you know persuade me to relinquish my love to you, but I cannot resist at all.
If I do the things you want me to, the way I used to do, would you love me, baby, or leave me feeling used? Would you go and break my heart?
Peter Singer got the best of me, but I just keep on coming back incessantly.
Oh, why
Did you have to run your game on me? I should have known right from the start. You'd go and break my heart.
Yes, yes, you could justify animal testing.
Some people think I have an abusive boyfriend. No, no, no. What I have is a man, and all men are abusive. Don't tell me your boyfriend is abusive. Don't tell me her boyfriend is abusive. No, no, no. All men are abusive. I have a man who is under control. My man's not abusive because I know how to control him. Ladies, listen up. I have a good example of how I can control my man. The other day, I was out walking with my boyfriend. We were on the sidewalk, and a really, really pretty woman walked by wearing skin-tight leggings and a sports bra. You know what my man said to me? He said, "That woman goes to the gym. That woman works out for her man." You think I'm gonna let him get away with that? That is emotional abuse. But there's a solution, ladies. What you tell him is, women are beautiful flowers. Flowers don't go to the gym. Flowers are supposed to be admired. And I have some further advice for you. Men are not beautiful flowers. Let's be real here. Men are like ugly pieces of coal. But, you know, ugly pieces of coal can become beautiful diamonds. And the only way to do this is by applying pressure. If you put pressure on your man, he can become a beautiful diamond. And you have to push and push to turn him from an ugly, abusive lump of coal into a beautiful, wonderful diamond.
Do 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 do. Feminism with Melissa.
No. I should be the one singing this.
In the year 2025, comedy is way too conservative and way too left-wing at the same time. It's conservative in the sense that nobody's doing anything really experimental, really innovative. I see comedians using the same routine, the same one-liners, the same material again and again for 2 years, 3 years, 10 years, 20 years. I see people clinging to what they think works, what they think won't alienate the audience, won't challenge the audience. And when you do something experimental, you know, by definition, the outcome is unknown. You know, you can't call something a social experiment if you're pretty sure of what the outcome is going to be. So there's more than an hour of material here reflecting this time in my life when I really was experimenting with comedy. And the number one unexpected outcome, and I'll pop in to reflect on this a little bit later. The outcome I didn't foresee, didn't anticipate, was that the vast majority of people who saw these videos did not know that they were comedy. They reacted to them as completely serious artistic statements. And very often they assigned to them a political motivation or a political hypothesis that was 180 degrees the opposite of the point of the joke we were telling.
The human nervous system doesn't recognize levels of trauma.
Avoid modern food. If your caveman ancestors didn't eat it 1,000 years, 10,000 or 100,000 years ago, you probably shouldn't either. Go to the supermarket, go buy some vegetables. Vegetables are good for you, right? They're wrapped in plastic. How about some steak? Steak's one of the best foods, micro ingredients, everything that's good for you. It's wrapped in plastics. No, none of our ancestors were obese. None of them had heart disease. They died from the tiger, fine, but things are different.
For the last month, I have been at a mental health facility. I went crazy. I lost my marbles. I had a complete break with reality and became very dissociative.
Plastics equal bad. Plastics are bad. Plastics are bad. Plastics are bad. And guess what? You wouldn't even realize what plastics are in, bro. What do you think your bed sheet is made out of? What ingredient do you think is in every bit of clothing that you wear? Why do you think I wear this shit, bro?
Oh, science. Oh, science.
People think this is extremist, but I don't care. I want to feel like a real man.
So when I walked into Sierra Tucson, I was convinced that I stopped existing. That was my break with reality. The amygdala is crazy, man. It's in your brain. It's the lizard brain part. It's the thing that protects you your entire life. And it's what reacts to trauma, as does the human nervous system. The human nervous system doesn't recognize levels of trauma.
Your toothbrush made from plastic. Don't use normal toiletries like hand wash, toothpaste, shower gel, shampoo. All of the ingredients inside of them are all fucked. They're all weird chemicals, and also they're all in plastic bottles. The phone case that you put in your phone into, next to your balls, plastic. Don't keep a wallet full of receipts close to your balls, bro. Please learn from my mistake. Don't keep a wallet full of receipts close to your balls.
Oh, science. Sex. Oh, science.
So I know as people watch, they're like, well, that's small compared to like what other people have gone through. That's patently not true. It's scientifically not true.
Scientifically not true.
Here's the news. The human nervous system doesn't recognize levels of trauma. It doesn't equivocate. The human nervous system doesn't go like, well, that's a little trauma, so that's okay. That's big trauma, so we'll deal with that. The same traumatic effect of having a kid in an alleyway say, put your mouth on that person, is the same traumatic effect of nearly getting hit by a car, the same traumatic effect of being mocked in a classroom in front of people, the same traumatic effect of having a gun put into your face. There are no levels when it comes to trauma. Trauma is trauma. So I know as people watch, they're like, well, that's small compared to like what other people have gone through. That's patently not true. It's scientifically not true.
People think this is extremist, bro. I don't care. I want to feel like a real man.
Bro, science. Sorry.
Full sale cracking you up?
No, it's, yeah.
The United States has 1,000 military bases. Why? Nobody ever says, hey, let's shut down a couple of hundred U.S. military bases around the world. Maybe we could... No, the first thing they do is they go after Dutch farmers and now Irish farmers. This is how they're going to rescue the climate, slaughtering 200,000 cows on Irish farm. I say, I don't believe anything that they say about... I know that, when you recycle, it doesn't get recycled. And so I will no longer go along with the establishment or Greta Thunberg because she is a psyop in bed with war pigs who are destroying the environment. So here's what I'm saying about climate change.
Come to us young people for hope. How dare you? You have stolen my dreams, my childhood with your empty words. We are in the beginning of a mass extinction and all you can talk about is money.
Will rise up one day. I won't lift a finger till they take my cheeseburgers away. I see my
My cheeseburger's going away.
And so for me, it's like conscious decision to just reject women. That's like my mindset right now. I've literally wrote it on my wall, just reject women. The idea is that once you clarify what your future wife is like, you honestly just go on to monk mode and stay celibate till she finds you.
I guess you'd say, what can make me feel this way? Monk mode, talking about monk mode.
Monk mode, I've got so much honey that the bees envy me. I've got a sweeter song than the birds in the trees.
I bet you'd say, what can make me feel this way? Monk mode, talking about monk mode.
And I just want the peace of not casually dating anymore, of not being on dating apps, of not messaging girls and like them driving me to the park so I can fuck them in the woods and everything, bro. I'm done, bro.
Can you tell us something your mom doesn't know?
My mom doesn't know that I suck dick so well. Like, just give that gawk like on another level. Gawk 3000.
This is on fucking YouTube.
YouTube?
And it's very...
Thank you, Lori Burke. YouTube knows I give that gawk 3000.
You know, you see you're a young man, you see someone drive by in a Ferrari with a blonde and you think, my God, he's got everything.
And I'm hoping that over about a 5-year period, a concerted effort could be made to knock the enrollment down in postmodern neo-Marxist cult classes by 75% across the West.
You know, the woman in the car is a prostitute who's got a cocaine addiction and her life is just one catastrophe after another.
So our plan initially is to cut off the supply to the people who are running the indoctrination cults.
Why do you think this would work more effectively than traditional university format?
Because the traditional universities have abandoned the humanities.
And he's had to lie and cheat his way into this position, and he's afraid that everything's going to come crashing down on him, and that's what you're jealous of.
They've become almost entirely corrupt, as far as I can tell. I think it's a scam pretty much from top to bottom, and it's a very expensive scam.
Don't want a Ferrari. No, I'd rather have a PhD. Half the professors are communists, and you know the rest are hedonists. Towers of ivory never ever did make a place for me. Bricks and mortar are a thing of the past, and the Ivy League, no, it just won't last. I want a Ferrari.
Now do you think the game is rigged? You can't know the rules if you ain't lived. Even the professors say it's a bad gig when you're just 16 and you grew up head. At age 21, got your head on straight. You can't switch your major by now, it's too late. Get a minor and a major and you get a piece of paper, and it says that you're a bachelor but you can't change your fate. And what did you buy with your damn Pell Grant? A lecture in person on Immanuel Kant. Ain't no better than a YouTube rant. Costs about as much as a breast implant.
Don't want a Ferrari. No, I'd rather have a PhD. Jordan Peterson for president. His academy won't cost you a cent. Towers of ivory made him into their enemy. Be a right-wing revolutionary. Jordan Peterson University.
Nothing says freedom and individual sovereignty like a 16-year-old with a 400 horsepower Mustang.
What kind of car do you drive right now?
I have a Mercedes SL 550.
Yeah, you can have any car you want. Why do you pick that one?
That's a pretty legit car.
Towers of ivory never ever did make a place for me. Bricks and mortar are a thing of the past, And the Ivy League, no, it just won't last. It seems like vulnerability and emotion, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's what I'm going for. You know, I know Riff Raff doesn't in the original. That's why it's surprising.
Right.
Monarchist, British Empire loyalist. Don't know what I want, but I know how to get it. From the Hudson Bay down to Mandalay. Wanna be monarchy. No point running. Monarchy for the UK. I mean for all time it has to be. Since we kill Cromwell you'll never be free. The faith beneath the crown, no one licked it. I wanna be monarchy. Fucking a country.
As to the cost of the monarchy, yes, there are costs associated. For example, it's been calculated when the Queen would visit, it would cost taxpayers $1 million a day. Like a lot of that cost is just in security, but that's really expensive. Anytime minor royals would visit, taxpayers on the hook for, $250,000 a day. So there are costs, and it's not the royals' fault. I mean, it's our government that invites them. They only come when we invite them, and we pay for their way.
My empire's where the sun never sets. Hong Kong in the east, Vancouver in the west. You don't need the ballet. We've got boots and bayonets. 'Cause I wanna be monarchy.
Now that Charles is king, £1 billion worth of property that belonged to him outright will also now pass to Prince William. You'll find that the royal family is a bona fide financial empire. Working out its exact value isn't easy because, like any half-decent financial empire, it goes to great lengths to obscure it.
Empress of India Bay, where the crown jewels are proudly lay. I resist against the IRA. Independent, you'll never say bow down. Church and crown, own state. Long live the royal family, and I wanna be monarchy. And I wanna be monarchy. Anglican. And I wanna be monarchist. A loyal monarchist concerned.
For it is the empire, which includes 1/4 of all the land and of all the peoples of the world, that gives to Britain its position as a first-class power.
God save the king.
The problem with the reason why I don't think somebody like CG would do 120 star is because these 16-star runners, they get so used to going as hard as possible in every possible second of the run. I think that's where a 16-star mindset comes in.
Oh my god, I just got horrified.
Oh my. I just fucking destroyed it, dude. Oh my god. I can't be. My hands are just like. My hands are just falling asleep. My hands have fallen asleep. It's. Oh my. Oh my god. I'm so good.
For more than 30 years, the science has been crystal clear.
If you believe the carbon dioxide climate catastrophe narrative, you could make a case that it's ethically required to impoverish people if you could demonstrate that that impoverishment actually produced, let's say, a decrease in carbon output.
The emissions of greenhouse gases are now at an all-time high, and the concentration of CO2 in the atmosphere hasn't been this high in the entire history of humanity.
That certainly isn't what's happened in Germany, since Germany's gone madly green. In fact, their energy production is much less efficient than it was 10 years ago, and it's 5 times as expensive, and it pollutes far more.
How dare you continue to look away?
Gas and coal ain't air pollution. Gas and coal ain't gonna die. Gas and coal ain't air pollution. Gas and coal, it will survive. I took a look inside your garage door. You were naked on your diesel thoroughbred. Well, I asked you if you wanted to save the world. You said you wanted oil and coal instead. Woo! We're just talking about the future. Forget about the past. It'll always be with us.
Never gonna die. Never gonna die.
Gas and coal ain't air pollution. Gas and coal ain't gonna die. Gas and coal ain't air pollution. Gas and coal, it will survive.
You know, maybe if you increase child nutrition enough and you produce another, I don't know, 10 million geniuses as a consequence of that, and maybe one of them will figure out what to do about global warming. Well, I'm serious about that, you know? Whatever the environment is. You know, the environment. I don't even know what that is. That's everything. An environment. I'm concerned about the environment. Which is, how is that different than saying I'm worried about everything? How are those statements different? And we're not going to do a damn thing about it either. So it doesn't really matter. So, well, what are we going to do? You're going to stop, like, having heat? You're going to stop having electricity? You're going to stop driving your cars? You're going to stop taking trains? It's like, you're going to stop using your iPhones? You're not going to do any of that. And no wonder. So, no.
With this kind of experimental comedy, what you end up asking yourself again and again is whether or not you're going to let the audience's lack of sophistication be a limit to what you can do or what you attempt to do. Because you got to be willing to fail. The song you just heard, I'll always remember, there was one woman who was a university professor with a PhD, who's known me for many years, who misinterpreted that to such a mind-blowing extent that she thought the point of the video was like a serious, sober, artistic statement in agreement with Jordan Peterson. That this wasn't mocking Jordan Peterson. This wasn't ridiculing, you know, what are we going to say? These climate change deniers. You know, this is interpreted. Woo! And I know the context in which the video was shown to her. Like, you know, if someone else had sent her the link saying, oh, here's somebody agreeing with Jordan Peterson. No, she got the link from me as part of a series of links saying, yeah, I've been you know, as a vegan and as someone who cares about ecology and these political issues, I've been making political satire videos. I've been doing parody lately in song form, different kinds of comedy. Like, she heard it from me. She had that context, and you still manage to so utterly misinterpret the intent of the author. And you know, did she laugh? Like, did you think it was funny? Like, how can you be unaware that this is comedy, even if you don't think it's funny? And with the same series of videos, all dealing with climate change, pollution and its consequences, and so on. You know, I remember I sent a series of those comedy videos to the notorious YouTuber and TikToker known as Ms. Katie, aka That Vegan Teacher. And the context provided was, hey, you're vegan, you do comedy videos, you do comedy set to music, you do parody set, so do I, me too. Here are some examples. So, like, it's set up for you where you know it's a joke, you know it's a comedy video, you know I'm vegan, you know what my agenda is. And still, I mean, that whole experience just blew my mind, where I could not accept, I could not believe someone would be that stupid and interpret it inside out, upside down, 180 degrees wrong. But you know what? A couple of songs earlier on this playlist, that track featuring Oscar Jenkins. Oscar Jenkins, who is at this very moment in a Russian prisoner of war camp. Oscar Jenkins, who went on to volunteer to fight for the future of Ukrainian democracy, he went on to become a hero to some and a hapless victim to others. The video I did is a collab with Oscar Jenkins, making fun of the British monarchy. People misinterpreted that 180 degrees wrong, inside out, upside down, as if it were in favor of the British monarchy. It actually got banned from one website, and I wrote to the guys running the website, why did you ban? How could you possibly think this was made in support of the very thing it is mocking?
Look, I got this case I'm going through, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what to do for real. I'm chasing the nigga, I can't whack the nigga gone. The only time I'm really good at rapping is when my back is against the wall.
Hi, everybody.
Hot tub on the moon, flying Virgin Galactic. Tight white pussy like a cocaine pack brick. Cardano was $1, now it's 25 cents. I used to date dimes, now I can't pay the rent. This model in my DMs, only after my per diems. Body like a bomb cyclone when it descends. You know she said she loved me and I knew it was the truth. So ran her through the floor, bitch jumped off the roof. The truth is something like a dead body on a stretcher. Cheating on the Olsen twins, die like Heath Ledger. I let myself believe Bitcoin was the future. I let myself believe true love couldn't hurt you. A world without paper, it was never meant to be. I replaced the girl, but not what she meant to me. Too legit to start or too legit to quit. You don't regret the crimes that you never did commit. Greed is a religion still in need of a priest, just like Karl Marx says the most shall be least. But then they pulled a trick with them loaves and the fishes, like Sam Bankman-Fried on stage with these bitches. Rather be in jail than on the outside. Thinking certain people just shouldn't be alive. Look it up in a book. Matrix means mother. When you say fuck the Matrix, you're a motherfucker. I let myself believe Bitcoin was the future. I let myself believe true love couldn't hurt you. A world without paper, it was never meant to be. I replaced the girl, but not what she meant to me. It's the wrong revolution, and secretly you know this. Who's the real slave master? Pharaoh or Moses? Hot tub on the moon, flying Virgin Galactic. Tight white pussy like a cocaine pack brick. Cardano was $1, now it's 25 cents. I used to date dimes, now I can't pay the rent.
So effective altruism is basically making as much money as you can so that you can give as much money as possible away.
That's what it's meant for me.
Lauren Southern is still a Nazi. I don't know why people think Lauren Southern is not a Nazi. Like what? Because she doesn't say she's a Nazi?
Your current boyfriend is not white.
I don't think it would be endearing to put such an emphasis on that, you know, because it doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is he's the best person I've ever met.
So not only do you become a doubter of your own creed, let's say, you become a meta-doubter, which is the doubter of all belief systems. Well, in the step from that to nihilism, maybe those are exactly the same thing.
Marriage was this massive dream for me. I genuinely did want that stay-at-home wife life that so many LARP about online.
You're not necessarily ever certain about anything. And, you know, you could say, well, maybe you shouldn't be certain about anything, but you can forget that. You know, you're going to have to act as if you're certain many times in your life. For when you choose a permanent mate, for example.
Like, he would watch this and be like, why would you make that a thing?
Sure.
You know? Because it's not, it doesn't matter.
If you have followed me for long enough, you probably know that I love making impulsive decisions that seem like a good idea at the time, but start to show their downsides awfully quickly once it is too late, which is exactly what happened here. When I married him, I absolutely thought I had made the best decision of my entire life, as many do. Now.
You're Jewish?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's a tribal nature. All people do. Blacks do, you know.
California love.
Communism.
Lauren Southern is still a Nazi. Lauren Southern is still a Nazi. In the suburbs of Vancouver, in the forest outside of Surrey, in that trailer park, she keeps it rocking. She keeps it rocking.
It's hard to fight the system when you're married to a Fed, or to fight feminism as a single newlywed. Back in the day, Chad paid to get near me, and I made money milking that replacement theory. Like a whore, sparked a bidding war for my affection, and the winner of that auction to my surprise was an Asian. He had to quit his job, I had to quit the tube, ended up in a trailer park living on dog food. Around the campfire with some old communists, we can share the marshmallows, can we socialize the dick? Now I'm a single mom in the forests of the West. No restraining order, just a rifle and a vest. I'm doing the replacing and being replaced after preaching that my race was being erased. Yeah!
Lauren Southern is still a Nazi. Lauren Southern is still a Nazi. In the suburbs of Vancouver, in the forest outside of Surrey, in that trailer park, she keeps it rocking. She keeps it rocking.
For when you choose a permanent mate, for example, if you do that, and you're going to pick a career, and you're going to make decisions one after the other, about which, if you're not certain, you can't make, in which case you have no life. You're just a whirlwind of chaos. So you're stuck with the necessity of following a course of action, which is acted out certainty, that your intellect cannot regard as appropriate.
Don't have kids, sit on Tinder all day, have polygamous relationships, be nihilistic, all this kind of stuff. It's constantly pushed down your throat.
I don't know, there's just a lot of coincidences going on right now. Just a lot of coincidences going on across the entire face of the planet, and I don't know, I kind of want to just speculate on how coincidental things are. It's true.
It definitely seems like I might have a teammate in some of my investigations coming up.
Bro, she literally went with Identity Europa to like intercept refugee migrant boats coming into Italy. She shot flares. It doesn't get more Nazi than that, bro. She literally, she lived it, okay? Like, you can't, I'm sorry, man. You don't get to fucking rehabilitate your image after this. Or if you're gonna rehabilitate your image after this, you can't still be a conservative. You know what I mean?
Are these shoes a little too casual?
I don't think so.
Nobody likes to shoes.
That's what I think.
Especially at night. I'm a tribalist. I'm not a racist. White. Supremacist. Tribalist.
How would you define that?
Well, my kind. My European kind. You're Jewish?
Yeah.
Okay, well you have it. It's a tribal nature. All people do. Blacks do. You know.
So not only do you become a doubter of your own creed, let's say, you become a meta-doubter, which is the doubter of all belief systems. Well, in the step from that to nihilism, maybe those are exactly the same thing.
Now this nihilism runs deep.
We will never ever surrender to the woke mob.
Woke mob, I'm the woke mob.
I can give it to you when you need to come along.
Woke mob, I'm the woke mob. And baby, I can turn you on. Now don't get me wrong, ain't gonna do you no harm. This bomb's for love and you can shoot it far. You're my main target, I'ma help you ignite.
Love struck and holding me tight.
Make me explode, although I know
The route to go to sex you slow.
and yes, you must react to claims of those who say that I am not all that. Woke mom, I'm your woke mom. I can give it to you when you need to come along. Woke mom, I'm your woke mom. And baby, I can turn you on. Woke mom, I'm the woke mom.
I can give it to you when you need to come along.
Woke mom, I'm the woke mom. And baby, I can turn you on.
You can kill more, even up the score. You can lock me up, chains inside and out. I can make you feel the real deal.
And I can give it to you anytime because you're mine.
Woke mob, I'm your woke mob. I can give it to you when you need to come along. Woke mob, I'm your woke mob. Baby, I can turn you on. Baby, I can turn you on. And baby, I can turn you on. And baby, I can turn you on.
This is the 7th time that Extinction Rebellion activists have gathered on the same stretch of road, which is close to the Dutch Parliament and Ministry buildings. It saw the highest number of people arrested at a protest yet, more than 1,500 in total. Police said the arrests were made to clear the roadway, and 40 people would be prosecuted on charges of vandalism.
White folk want to know, do you hate us? I mean, what a silly question. Should we love you?
These were all meetings that occurred after Epstein was a known pedophile and on the sex offender registry. So, anyone could claim innocence and I had no idea before there was an actual...
Yeah, that's right. Pre-2005. Even then, it doesn't take a genius.
Yes.
Yeah, quote, when asked about his relationship, he said, first response is that it is none of your business or anyone's. Second is that I knew him and that we met occasionally, okay? But he also scheduled a flight for him. Epstein actually planned to fly with them to have dinner with Woody Allen and his wife. Woody Allen, huh? Interesting. I didn't know why him and Epstein would be friends.
Bitch, I was born 1928, Oak Lane, Philly, sitting on a milk crate. I ain't gonna be another one of them statistics. I got rich with a degree in linguistics. Jeff Epstein, that's how I got famous. These PhDs, gonna die nameless. New game plan back in 73 when I was just some guy from MIT. They printed my book, but burned every copy, no question now. This ain't gonna stop me. My name in the papers at NPR. I can't be a nobody, no gotta be a star. Cambodia what? I don't know shit. If Vietnam don't sell, I'm getting into it. Epstein had money and connections and hoes. Me, I was thinking I could use 2 or 3 of those. You see my grind ain't politically correct. I supported Pol Pot up the side of my neck. I had an education, but I didn't have a dime. Anything for the fame back in 79. You really think Epstein did better than me? He died in a cell and I'm still walking free. And I still fuck hoes like half my age, half my size. With all that money from a man I despise. Climate change ain't changing me. I'm the #1 author of the century. Bangkok underwater with my name in lights. Girls pulling off their shirts like Talladega Nights. Oh, you tell me now the North Pole's gonna melt when I've been getting laid since motherfucking Roosevelt. Politicians moving at a glacial pace. When the glaciers disappear, you'll be erased. Now Epstein's hustle comes close to my philosophy. Looking at the life I live while I was preaching anarchy. You see me on Twitter, but no, you can't cancel me. Living like Epstein while I was preaching anarchy. You see me on Twitter, and no, you can't cancel me. Living like Epstein while I was preaching anarchy. Bitch, I was born 1928. Oak Lane, Philly, sitting on a milk crate. Why you think I've been hanging with my boy Woody Allen? They call him the Wood, but they call me the Stallion. Put that on my grave, no Chomsky the Stallion. No, bring the beat back. No, it's not finished. You can't cancel me. No. Take my word until the ends of the earth. I'ma ride this snail like a motherfucking Papa Smurf. Oh, you tell me now the North Pole's gonna melt when I've been getting laid since motherfucking Roosevelt. Politicians moving at a glacial pace. When the glaciers disappear, you'll be erased. Now Epstein's hustle comes close to my philosophy. Looking at the life I live while I was preaching anarchy. You see me on Twitter, but no, you can't cancel me. Living like Epstein while I was preaching anarchy. You see me on Twitter, and no, you can't cancel me. Living like Epstein while I was preaching anarchy.
I realize how obnoxious it is for the audience to hear me talk about process. I realize the last thing anyone wants to hear is, do you realize how little time and how little effort I spent creating these songs, creating these comedy videos? But when I talk to other comedians, it's very much the main thing on the table. So the song you just heard, you could figure out precisely how many hours that took. I was doing a live stream, and a member of the audience, Little Bubby, he was a longtime fan of the channel. I haven't heard from him in years now. He chimed in, and he said, "Hey, look, did you hear about this thing in the news about Noam Chomsky?" I reacted to it at that moment. I finished the live stream, which maybe took another hour, by the way. And I think 3 hours later, I wrote that song, recorded the song, edited the pieces of the video together, uploaded it. When you're having a period of being self-consciously experimental in comedy, when you're pushing yourself to grow. I mean, I had never rapped before. And some of my rap songs, it's hard for me to go back and listen to them. But, I know I was pushing myself to have the whole process of writing, recording, editing done in very, very few hours. And it's a real question. Like it's a question that's very, very hard to answer. Would I have learned more? Would I have improved more if I'd been a perfectionist and taken my time? Or if in this way I was pushing myself, to kind of be as creative as possible and have this kind of response within a few hours or a few minutes of getting the idea for the given work of satire.
How you gonna take me off Instagram? You used to be my N-word.
Not so pale.
Piping hot, toaster oven strudel on the floor. He married a porn star. Now, complete she was a whore. Used to have a voice, said slavery was a choice. Now he's got a slaver mask in his fucking Rolls Royce. standing for election, using ass as a weapon. Like that bitch in Fighting Vipers, that's a ring you shouldn't step in. They say Pop-Tarts are not a dessert. Revenge begins with breakfast, and we came to get hurt. Between you and me, it's like DEFCON 3. Moses made us all slaves, though he never set us free. Not all porridge is oatmeal. Religion is a lie, but still, real or unreal. Jack Ruby was a pimp, went killing pro bono. Get it how you live, get done, no homo. Being Sicilian doesn't mean you get made. You can start your own gang or be your own slave. Back before the car crash in 2002, kinda hated the Jews and the Netanyahus. His psychiatrist allegedly was in on the conspiracy. Killed his mother undercover at her plastic surgery. Jesus loves Hitler and you should too. Rachel Dolezal did black, yeah he's doing the Jew.
None of these niggas, all you fake hard niggas, fuck you. All you fake hard niggas, fuck you. Cause you can't shoot nobody anyway, and the reason why you got chalk is cause you did a deal, you fucking fed.
Just do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it! Some people dream success while you're gonna wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible.
None of these niggas, all you fake hard niggas, fuck you. All you fake hard niggas, fuck you. Cause you can't shoot nobody anyway, and the reason why you got chalk is cause you did a deal, you fucking fed.
No, what are you waiting for? Do it!
Everybody wants to be the realest N-word, eating bagels for breakfast while they're doing the crossword. Fake God, fake Jesus on a fake campaign, and a real race war where just outside the frame. If it wasn't for his mother, would we be in this mess? All he wanted for Christmas was a Sega Genesis. Got fake Wonder Boy and it messed up his mind. Sega had a better version back in 1989, TurboGrafx 16. Cost him his soul. Now he's an anti-Semite cause he had the wrong console. Piping hot, toaster oven strudel on the floor. He married a porn star. Now, complains she was a whore. Used to have a voice, said slavery was a choice. Now he's got a sniper mask in his fucking Rolls Royce.
I am not bipolar. I'm not in some kind of episode, but I may be slightly autistic.
Stop giving up.
Sam kept repeating how sorry he was that none of it was his fault. $8 billion from his company went missing and he has no idea how it happened. He blames it all on his ex-girlfriend he hired.
Would any single one of you hire Sam Brickman-Fried to manage a food truck? Would any single one of you hire his girlfriend, Caroline Ellison, to manage a food truck?
Big sheets to balance sheets, true love, soul to soul. Gave her the keys, now I'm 20 billion in the hole. My parents taught at Stanford, hers at MIT. We met on James Street, seemed like it was meant to be. She didn't keep secrets, she traded like a spy. I wish that we got married, now she couldn't testify. I went bankrupt, sitting on 3 billion. Could be a rich man with just better taste in women. Now I'm in a cell with more Bibles and belt buckles. Septuagint the blueprint for polyamorous couples. Moses made his pitch with a snake and a stick. As the boys at Sequoia did the same thing with my dick.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 every day I'm
I never paid bribes, I did philanthropy. Now we'll see what it's worth, my bank account's empty. Tell the judge I paid my debt to society. Calling in favors congressmen still owe me. Water came from a rock when Moses talked that talk. Like I made money from a token ad hoc. Effective altruisms like God and cryptocurrency. It never could exist, it merely is what it appears to be. Like a serpent made of bronze, look upon it and survive. Anyone who sees my tricks becomes a member of my tribe. It was fraud raining frogs saying it would set us free, when Pharaoh just sold us into another slavery. What Moses calls freedom is not what it seems to be. Trading real money for false cryptocurrency.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 every day I'm hustling.
don't really feel like having the ability or inability to have deep, meaningful conversations really matters. And I don't think I've ever had a deep conversation about anything. And usually most of my girlfriends don't speak English.
But women don't want you to pout, pout. Women just want you to listen, listen.
Imagine tats, green shoot tats, out watch the drink, it's a fact. Can you believe it? I can't. Fuck, I'm smart. You're so hot, it's out of control.
The old sexual taboos are reasserting themselves. The idea that we can extract sex out from emotional intimacy, I don't think we can do it.
Not bad.
You got KFC at 4:30 in the morning.
I get fucked every weekend.
By who?
Bro.
Her mum literally just caught me eating her ass, bro. Like, it was weird. Bullshit. And you know what? That was on what? Christmas
Day where we had to go out for dinner.
She peeked through the blinds, bro, instead of knocking on the door. Which do you prefer? Dick or the sesh?
Dick.
Sesh over dick.
100%. All the way. All the way.
Good. God bless you guys. You're gonna need it.
Talking a lot or having deep conversations is not really important.
The idea that we can extract sex out from emotional intimacy, especially emotional intimacy, psychological intimacy, maybe even from long-term relationship, I don't believe it's a tenable idea. I don't think we can do it. And a lot of what we're seeing is the backlash against that.
Cause you ain't her first choice. You ever catch a woman just looking at you, but not saying nothing?
I hope you enjoy our special day. I love you in every way. Hey, that was so amazing! Oh my god!
It has nothing to do with talking about deep, meaningful things like religion or meaning of life or that nonsense. It is about
I am a god. Everybody says, who does he think he is? I just told you who I thought I was. A god. I just told you.
Piping hot raspberry stew for the soul at the wrong Super Bowl. Zapruder bullet hole, rap game David Grohl. Try and lose control, can't seem sane neither, cause I did Kurt Cobain like Brutus did Caesar. Moses in my veins, buried gold water. 2 right wing for Jenna and her daughter. High on a lie like teeth on a toad. Steel jacket, mercury load. DNA test, Kanye West. I'm a tuber Colgate, motherfucker, your crest. Obadiah Stane, on Tom's of Maine. It's a race war. Where? Oh, out the frame. Body in a box, Amazon Prime. Pay one rate, now which one is mine? Real politics is a contact sport. In the end zone with a broken heart. I used to read books, but life got trite. Now I pick 'em for their looks and fuck 'em on the same night. I used to have brains, now I only have balls. I used to have a cause, now I only break walls. Circumcised cock, circumcised pen. Born to some commies like Revolution when. Never owned a gun, never owned a car, never owned YouTube cause I push it too far. Plant-based models don't never get to me. Only fuck with hoes who hate Hitomi Mochizuki. Ain't in it for the fame, ain't in it for De Niro. Trying to fuck them hoes who watch Benjamin Shapiro. Plant-based models don't never get to me. Only fuck with hoes who hate Hitomi Mochizuki. Ain't in it for the fame, ain't in it for De Niro. Trying to fuck them hoes who watch Benjamin Shapiro. Raspberry stew for the soul at the wrong Super Bowl. Zapruder bullet hole, rap game David Grohl. Trying to lose control, can't seem sane neither, cause I did Kurt Cobain like Brutus did Caesar.
I am a god. Everybody says, who does he think he is? I just told you who I thought I was. A god. I just told you. That's who I think I am. Would it have been better if I had a song that said, I am a nigga? Or if I had a song that said, I'm a gangster? Or if I had a song that said I am a pimp.
The battle for survival begins.
This dude, he's a fraud! Used to be my home skillet, used to be my home slice, used to cut the same cake with the same fucking knife. We used to walk the same road, used to fuck the same hoes, used to fight the same fire with the same fucking pros. He was in it for the cause, never in it for applause, getting money in his pocket, getting bitches out their bras. Say the law is the law, and all these bitches wanna fuck. Peacocks strut, preachers rut. The evolution of a lie's like a lure on a hook. Bitches want you for your words when you ain't got the look. Say do the right thing, just because it's right. And the money comes quick and the pussy comes tight. Say do the right thing, just because it's right. And the money comes quick and the pussy comes tight.
I don't make it a habit to fight the elderly.
But your book done burnt, what you learned unlearned. Your principles been pulled, what you were, you weren't. This kid named Alex ain't exactly Logan Paul, but his pride got him laid like right until the fall. Used to be my home skillet, used to be my home slice, used to cut the same cake with the same fucking knife. We used to walk the same road, used to fuck the same hoes, used to fight the same fire with the same fucking pros.
Even good guys blow it.
He was in it for the cause, never in it for applause. Getting money in his pocket, getting bitches out their bras. You say the law is the law and all these bitches wanna fuck. Peacocks strut, preachers rut. The evolution of a lie's like a lure on a hook. Bitches want you for the words when you ain't got the look. But your book's done burnt, what you learned unlearned, and your principles were pulled, what you were, you weren't.
Your name will be inscribed in the pages.
You think it ain't about the money? You think it ain't about the hoes? I've played this game, I'm the one who knows.
So for me, hope is not like some abstract consideration. It's sort of a prerequisite for my survival.
Good news, bad news. One, it's cancer.
I don't say this in a way of mockery. I'm not mocking. It is unstatesmanlike to mock death or the angel of death wherever it strikes.
I'm a lump in your throat, and I don't mean a frog. I'm a long white cloud, and I don't mean fog. I travel by degrees from your lungs to your brain. Not talking black smoke nor pink cocaine. Like I'm the white death by any other name. And if you don't know, let me put you on game. No, the devil won't get you if you don't let him in. But I'm the one who comes with that original sin. Like every skeleton has a white grin. I'll kill you with the sunshine, boy. Just falling on your skin. The best way to get thin is chemo, and I'll haunt your dreams, motherfucker, like little orphan Nemo. Now my boy Hank Green was in debt to the law. No, not the government, just a comic overdraw. Like don't go north on a southpaw. Something was owed to the code, and that's his fatal flaw. Like he mixed coleslaw with White Claw. Now he's gonna pay the hard way down the throat like foie gras. Hank Green has seen things that he can't seesaw. Biting on a nipple through a see-through bra. There are rules that you bend, there are rules that you break. When you wind up dead, that's what you call fate. A hypocrite for the environment, he got out of his element. Like a snowman searching for his eyes on the pavement. The white dot is indiscriminate, the guilty and the innocent. But you're looking up while it stacks down below. Your silent torment coming down like snow. Your silent torment coming down like snow. Now I know I'm not perfect. Nina and Randa want me dead. The next time I'm in LA, they're gonna shoot me in the head. Police report will say that it was twin 45s. Two suspects, same angle, height, and size. Like you know Heath Ledger played Crisscross. Three Olsen sisters, motherfucker, no ring toss. But he got crossed out, cause it ain't Full House, it's Who's the Boss.
That is
an awful thing to say.
You told me to have a controversial opinion. Why are you yelling at me for having one?
Oh my god, I did, didn't I?
Like, I get that's trying to be clever, but just ick. To work, the humor has to feel like love rather than judgment, like inclusion rather than stigma, and like celebration rather than dismissal. And that's a tough balance. Sometimes well-intentioned people, including me, get it wrong.
But there's a difference between acting in accordance with society's expectations, which will very rarely get you criticized and is definitely the easy thing to do, and actually living in a way that is best for the future and for people and for all of the organisms on the planet. You can only do so much breaking with culture before you become extremely uncomfortable. It's very hard to find self-worth, it's very hard to find connection.
I'm telling you straight up, if you want to live, don't play no games with us today. Because we crazy as hell. You hear me? Listen.
I like to kind of understand my place in the universe, and understanding that it is a brief place. Yeah, weird song
The
topic.
devil won't get you if you don't let him in, but I'm the one who comes with that original sin. Like every skeleton has a white grin. I'll kill you with the sunshine, boy, just falling on your skin. Best way to get thin is chemo, and I'll haunt your dreams till you're dead, like little orphan Nemo. My boy Hank Green was in debt to the law. No, not the government, just a comic overdraw. Like don't go north on a southpaw. Something was owed to the code, and that's his fatal flaw. Like he mixed coleslaw with White Claw, and now he's gonna pay the hard way down the throat like frog paw. Hank Green has seen things that he can't seesaw, biting on a nipple through a see-through bra. There are rules that you bend, there are rules that you break. When you wind up dead, that's what you call fate. A hypocrite for the environment, he got out of his element. Like a snowman searching for his eyes on the pavement. The white dot is indiscriminate, the guilty and the innocent. But you're looking up while it stacks down below. Your silent torment coming down like the snow. Your silent torment coming down like the snow. Now I know I'm not perfect. Nina and Randa want me dead. The next time I'm in LA, they're gonna shoot me in the head. The police report will say that it was twin 45s. Two suspects, same angle, height, and size. Like you know, Heath Ledger played crisscross. Three Olsen sisters, motherfucker, no ring toss. But he got crossed out, cause it ain't Full House, it's Who's the Boss. The devil won't get you if you don't let him in, but I'm the one who comes with that original sin. Like every skeleton has a white grin. I'll kill you with the sunshine, boy, just falling on your skin. They say the best way to get thin is chemo. I'll haunt your dreams till you're dead like little orphan Nemo.
I have more than one sense of humor, and I would say that I even write comedy with more than one voice. One of the things I appreciate most when I see it in the work of other comedians and other comedy writers is when they've created something that works 100% as comedy, as ridiculous, as farce. It works if you interpret it as entirely silly, but at the same time, it really works if you interpret it 100% seriously, as having the most serious, the most deadly intent. I just love that. But it's not the only kind of comedy I produce. It's not the only kind of comedy I want to write.
My goal is solutions. Your goal is the continuation of violence. You want way more than 260 people dying so that you can build another theme park in Gaza. When has Western media said, you know what, the Palestinian cause is just? This was a provoked attack. When? Never.
Hi kids, do you like violence? Can we sing Kumbaya my lord and no man is an island? I heard we learned something from the Vietnam War. Like thanks to Jane Fonda we don't do that shit anymore. Like let's have a protest with a sign and a slogan. Then try to get famous on the net like Joe Rogan. You know Russell Brand had a show called The Trues, but like Alex Jones and Kanye got canceled by the news. As a feminist, Normally I believe me a Khalifa, and history can't repeat itself unless we get amnesia. It's the one true religion up against the chosen people, and I tuned into a Twitch stream to find out which side is evil. Moses said it was cool to kill your brother, friend, and neighbor, but I'd rather believe a prostitute than the men who love her and leave her. The Bible told me one time the most shall be least, like Obama got the Peace Prize for making any peace.
It doesn't matter what religion the fucking apartheid state is, okay? The people who are colonized don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter what Hamas says about Jews. He's like, oh, we gotta genocide all Jews. Okay, dude, good luck, okay? Shut the fuck up. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if they were Christian. Doesn't matter if they were Jewish. Doesn't matter if they were Muslim. It's not the religion.
If you're left-wing enough, I hear you can get laid. If you're right-wing, you can't but get the money, suit, and shade. So the degenerate porn stars all become commies. Conservatives are stuck with the church-going mommies. About to let my dick decide which side I should be on when Hassan defends Hamas. It makes me feel like a moron. Moses killed 3K and he gets a pass. That's more Jews than Muhammad at the trench plus Hamas. Now 1,000 die, the left turns the other cheek and say it's just resistance and the weapons of the weak. I can't afford Burning Man or to go to Coachella. I'd be lucky to get in bed with a vegan protester. I don't know what's real. I'm on the bandwagon. Know who I want to fuck and what to say to make it happen. The truth is on Twitch, like Mario 64. Hamas is vindicated by a Rutgers educated whore.
Are you saying that civilians have not died?
We didn't kill any civilians.
Are you really expecting us to believe that you have not killed civilians?
No, we don't have killed any civilians. We have also to redefine what does it mean a civilian.
99% of my life I was lied to. I just found out Joe Biden does more drugs than I do. Hunter Biden told Burisma he'd be a famous rapper. He's more afraid of a stripper than a Gaza Strip kidnapper. That's the definition of white privilege to a T. Same people don't want to kill him or are trying to kill me. You think it's more dangerous to be black or an Israelite? Well, in prison, guess what? If you're Jewish, you ain't white. The Nazis have a gang and the Muslims do too. The blacks have a few. We've just got Netanyahu. Honestly, I can't believe circumcision is legal. From the waist down, enemies look like the same people. Quebec can ban the headscarf, but they can't ban Islam. They won't burn the Bible. The bomb Boko Haram. Muhammad was a psycho just about the same as Moses. We choose a religion and then we pretend that it chose us.
Hi, my name is what? My name is my name is
Hassan Abbey.
They attacked the music festival as well, which is like, dude, guys, I'm not saying they didn't kill like actual civilians. They did. Of course they did. Don, you're a clown. They went into cities and killed innocents. Oh my God, you're missing what I'm trying to say. How do you think this happens? You think it happens out of nowhere? You think these people are just like, oh, we were violent because we want to be violent? You think that's where violence culminates from? Or do you think it's because you have entrapped them, you have bullied them, you have subjugated them, you have humiliated these fucking people? 2 million people live inside of Gaza. There is no equivalence. Role reversal, everybody knows what's going on. Role reversal, Nazi Germany. There are so many people that just don't want to hear anything I've said. I've covered this for 4 hours, and people literally turn around and clip one opportunity and go, dog, there you do it. There you go. I got him. Now I can fucking run with my idiotic fucking propaganda.
On a parfois dit que vous faisiez un cinéma dépourvu de chaleur et de sensualité.
Ce qui est sûr, c'est que pour faire quelque chose de chaud, il faut le faire froid.
So I'm gonna take music and I'm gonna try to make it three-dimensional, like on Star Wars and the hologram will pop up out of R2-D2. I'm gonna try to make something that jumps up and affects you.
Fuck the light at the end of the tunnel, cause I'm living for the tunnel. Flat broke Bitcoin huddle. Never in it for the money, I was in it for the killing. Love is like the army and alliance of the willing. But pussy's so tight, but money's so green. Halfway to the moon on that methamphetamine. Met her in Miami airport, she was living in Bahamas. Never talked about the numbers. I told her she had beautiful eyes. She said I like your size in the middle of a criminal enterprise. Rap game, David Spade with it for the shekels. Orange peel marmalade, ate it for the freckles. We were not alone. I flew with mercenaries, they were killing as a team like SNL in the 80s. In a war we couldn't win on orders from Paris. Commander was from Corsica, looked like John Lovitz, Dana Carvey in artillery. Couldn't understand dead from the plague with a sword in his hand. On a death march to Aga, took the nose off the Sphinx. Well, she was putting paper in a truck called Brinks. I had sand in my teeth when I met Caroline in an airport lobby, standing in line. I was so hard, she called me her hardness, and didn't give a fuck about my male pattern baldness. Sex on the beach, then on a beach ball, at her desk eating pussy in a conference call. I held her in my arms as she cried, when Quan apologized and Terra Luna died. Why? I met her in Miami airport, she was living in Bahamas. Never talked about the numbers, her pussy so tight, her money so green. Halfway to the moon on that methamphetamine. Never in it for the money, always in it for the killing. Love is like the army, an alliance of the willing. Yeah, that's right, I used to play the stock market, go into Ukraine with that shoulder-mounted rocket. There is no light at the end of the tunnel. That's why I'm living for the tunnel. Flat broke Bitcoin huddle.
They are afraid that you will discover the truth of yourself and them. They don't want you to find who you are, because once you know yourself, the next step is you gotta rise up.
Your point is to stop drugs and alcoholism by just people never starting?
You think so that your stupid thoughts can die instead of you. The climate apocalyptic fear-mongering that idiot tyrants are foisting on the general population, just so that the people who are screeching about the sky falling can feel momentarily moral about their role as planetary savior. It's like, no, to hell with you. Seriously.
Prozac, Vicodin, codeine, Xanax, drugs to make my heart beat, drugs for the heart attacks, fentanyl, methadone, ketamine out of him. My life is the fire and death is the frying pan. Coming out the psych ward, trying to get my dick hard. Jet ski, crash, ambulance, think of anything more. Words like sober and straight and clean, they don't tell you that your dick won't work on tourism. Sex has a side effect that never can accumulate. You can't call it rehab if you don't want to rehabilitate. I love being an addict, I like being in bed. I only wish that I could have been a sex addict instead. Methadone, azidone's all off Christie. Drugs in my blood like Dawson's Creek. Got the best lawyers that money can buy. Snipe my car up nice and I'm still getting high. I'm braided to the line, Oxycontin was done. Pay a therapist on benzos, Jordan Peterson. I'm braided to fentanyl, the line wouldn't do. ECMO to breathe for me and a stoma for the flu. Ensnared in a trap of my own choosing. Afghanistan, what? Never noticed we were losing. Watch the ice caps melt, the eternal return. A life with no ambition, letting ash dog burn. I'm a therapy bitch, it's the great resignation. Only care about my feelings, not the future of the nation. 20 years go by, gas pumps, blood spills. 2 trillion on the water, 30 million on the pills.
In principle, the left is the voice of the underclass. It's obvious that the progressives will sacrifice the poor to nature.
I ain't Moliere nor Voltaire neither. Rather live like Crest than die like Caesar. Obama and George Bush, we were tight like that. Born rich, die rich, a clown who aristocrat. I ain't a newsreader, bitch, I make the news. In the game of politics, you complain, I choose. I'm a worldwide web like hypertext protocol. Half Seneca, half Nero. Now that's the speedball. Every day in a haze, Trazodone, Lexapro, stagger down the same halls as the powerful. And we walk the same road to the same guillotine. Each step made soft with coke and ketamine.
I'd say most of the people that I've been in serious long-term relationships with have been a sex worker of some type at some point in their life.
Your point is to stop drugs and alcoholism by just people never starting?